Good afternoon, my name is Jennifer Morales. Today we're going to be reading Hey Black Child by Eugene Perkins, illustrated by Brian Kohler, and we will be using the strategy Book Head Heart. So let's begin. Hey Black Child, do you know who you are, who you really are? Do you know you can be what you want to be if you try to be what you can be? We're going to take a little pause right here and think, in this book, what do I think this book is about? So far from reading the first 2 pages, I feel like this book might have something to do with inspiration. You can take a moment and, talk to your partner what you think this book might be about, or what you feel it could be about. So I'll give you just a sec to do that. Okay. Now, we'll continue. Hey, Black Child, do you know where you're going, where you are really going? Do you know you can learn what you want to learn if you try to learn what you can learn? Hey Black Child, do you know you are strong? I mean really strong? Do you know you can do what you want to do if you try to do what you can do? And we're going to pause right here, and I'm noticing that there's a pattern. If we notice that across the book, we have certain words that are capitalized and colored, if you see. As you can see, it says you can learn, that you're really strong, and that you can do. So I'm going to take a mental note of that, because it seems like this book really wants us to understand these words and really understand the meaning behind them. So we're going to take a moment, and I want you to think about that. Why would the author want us to, have those words in mind when we read them? Why would they want to emphasize that? So I'll give you a moment. And we continue. Do you know you can do what you want to do if you try to do what you can do? Hey, Black Child. Be what you can be. Learn what you must learn. Do what you can do. And tomorrow, your nation will be what you want it to be. So, going back to our book Head Heart, which one stands out to me the most would be my heart lesson, because after reading this book, I truly feel that the author wanted us to feel inspired, especially, noticing the children, noticing the pictures and the illustrations, that there's inspiration throughout, especially as minorities, we seem to not have that much representation, but in this book, throughout it, they do emphasize astronauts and pianists, doctors, things that some children don't see themselves being, and that one really touches home for me, because it just shows representation of, if there's representation for students, that they can imagine who they want to be. And we're going to get out our book box. This one has a lot of meaning to me, as you can see it kind of decorated. In my book box, the outside just has a number, it has a name on it. It's really old, so it's something that's personal to me. We're gonna see what's inside. So the first thing I see is an apple, and this apple represents, the teachers who motivate our students to be better, be, who they want to be. It's an apple. Next is a U of H hat, because I am second generation, Well, actually, I'd be the person graduating from college, but second generation here in the United States. So that has a lot of meaning to me because going to college is really important for my family. So something's in there. Um, oh, one of the markers from our calendar, which says study, because we're very big on studying. My parents were very big on doing our homework, making sure things are on time. It's a picture of my brother. He's one of the many reasons I, try to be a good role model, try to study as hard. It's for him, and this book kind of reminded me of, he should have somebody to look up to when it comes to school, because again, I'm the first generation who's going to graduate from college. So this is a mini Buddha. I don't know if you can see it, but we're Buddhist, and a lot of our other family is Catholic. So being Buddhist, we kind of feel left out a little bit. There's not really much representation of Buddhism. So what people know is Gandhi, which is not the only thing. So I always try to, show myself that I'm really full in peace. So the match. I chose the match because this book reminds me that you have to be the one to, sometimes you might be the individual who moves out of line in case, there's a fire going on and all of them are being lit, but if you move out of the way, you might just be the difference. And as being, a minority, I feel like sometimes we have to step out and, create a significance for ourselves instead of following the crowd. These are my sister's glasses. She always tells me to look clearly, and sometimes we have to find the representation in the millions of people, because if you notice, there's a lot of history that's been whitewashed. So having to find somebody who represents me is really big on me. I'd like to think about Michelle Obama, because again, she is a minority and she is getting, I believe, her master's or her PhD. So, I like to think to my role models and think about, as a teacher, who I'm going to be and what I'm going to do, and how I'm going to represent my students in what I do every day. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed the book. It's a really wonderful book that you can read to your students. I would say around the age from 3rd grade to 5th grade, because I did have my observational teacher read this to her students, and her students really loved it. So yeah, thank you.